It's episode 10, I think.
Episode 10, welcome back on to the Every Other Saturday podcast.
Every other Saturday, Jack. Every other Saturday.
10 in a row, man.
Oh, 10 in a row.
Controversial start.
Controversial.
But 10 episodes already. It doesn't even seem like that, does it?
No, 10. It doesn't, mate. It doesn't. It just feels like keep going and
Every single week.
every single week. New episode.
But how you been this week?
Been alright, my man. I've been alright. How about yourself? You been alright?
I've been alright. I've been alright with the ongoings at Rangers though.
Oh yes, mate. It's been a quite.
It's been a successful week. It's been a really good week.
Positive week, I would say. A real positive week.
For obviously last week talking about positivity at Motherwell, and then we'll jump into 2 hard games straight after that, must wins, and coming out on top on both.
And you called it, mate. You said it. You said Jones would be dropped and Hadji would start.
And it's just the way I feel about that kind of situation. I knew he wouldn't trust Jones in Europe after playing one game. Although he played so well.
No, I know that, but I don't know. I just think it's important, as I say, when somebody's just done that, like to give them the momentum builder. But I know why he played Hadji, and obviously, as I said last week on the episode, I said he better score or he better assist, and he assisted the goal. So
he did. He's racking up these assists. It's 8 and 8 now.
Is it from?
He's won at the weekend as well.
Oh, impressive.
Even though he's not been playing that well, fair dues for the assists. He's making the goals happen, I guess.
Making something happen on the park.
So you go into that game against Galatasaray on Thursday, where we're going to start off the day. Just positive all round.
No, it was a real positive game.
I mean, we were talking about it being such a tough game. Galatasaray being one of these European giants, like in the past. They're a well-known team. They're always on about Champions League.
Champions League club, innit?
Exactly. Coming to Ibrox and Rangers dispatching them the way they did was
very impressive. Just
impressive. It shows you really how far Rangers have came under Steven Gerrard in Europe, because I remember growing up as a wee guy, you know, that like poor results in Europe. We can't even make Europe half the time. Like, we were getting beat off in the qualifiers off some mad team and all that. Like, we get to can't mind to the ball, honestly.
I know. You couldn't remember half of them. No.
Honestly, can't remember.
It's one of the positive things under Gerrard's sort of tenure or reign at Rangers is just the European runs that we go on is tremendous. You know what I mean? 3 years in a row now.
We really wouldn't have expected it, I know, because like if you roll back a bit, 2018, Gerrard coming in, signing his own players and everything, starting off a European run, which was basically his first thing. Like before he got into like league action or anything like that, it was Europe. Straight into Europe. I think it was Scoopy we played at home. Scoopy. Back in the times of big Josh Windass when he was starting. And then they go through all these rounds. It was like 3 or 4 qualifying rounds and a playoff, and that was home and away. Obviously, this time being easier with like 3 games. But with that happening, it's just positivity all around when we go into Europe. But I'm expecting just wins every time we go into Europe, no matter the opposition, honestly. And it's promising, and it makes me happy, honestly, because we should be succeeding in Europe.
No, it's one of those things for myself, really, mate. That just with Gerrard, like as I said, man, when he first signed for he was unveiled as a manager. I think a lot of people were obviously you had the Celtic fans and that wing is out intent to make, and you can't even hang with any like.
I mean, the calls were like, "Oh, he's getting beat as a youth manager."
A youth manager system, and then. You know what I mean, for his first job and the runs that we've went on in Europe, but I think it's just tremendous, you know what I mean. He's had the only thing it's missing, I think, so is, you know what I mean, obviously so far silverware for Gerrard thing, but so far, man, like in Europe anyway, it's been tremendously positive, you know what I mean. It's now just converting that into the league, I feel. I
mean, I'd love to see actually how many games we've actually lost in Europe, because I'm thinking about it, like I know we could beat off young boys, Bayer Leverkusen and Rapid Vienna away, because that was the last time, and Spartak Moscow actually beat us that year as well. But apart from that, like if you look at that first season when we were starting with Kyle Lafferty and Glenn Middleton and that in Europe, we're getting results at Villarreal, we're getting results against Spartak Moscow.
That was a good goal by Candace, I've just remembered that.
And then at Rapid Vienna, that was another one, that was that back heel.
It was beautiful. I still wish Morelos passed that to Andy Halliday at home. Mate,
you would never hear the end of it, but
no, I know you wouldn't, because
he'd sit on open goal and he'd be like talking about whatever, and he'd be like, when I scored that goal against Rapid Vienna, but
No wonder, but European nights, boyhood club, man. You imagine
Of
scoring that?
course, that would have been massive for
I'd
Andy.
have fucking went from there. There's no passing that to me. But you dick.
Aye.
You're about to fuck
I
off.
could
innit?
tell he'd probably be raging, honestly.
No. Anyway, back to the Galatasaray game, mate. It was, for me, it was just tremendous to see, like, players who have played at a high level in terms of, like, Falcao. He's won Europa League, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, he's bossed Europa
You know what I
League.
mean? Hollander and Goldson, I thought, handled them pretty easily, you know what I mean?
thought Hollander was a rock.
Yeah, I thought he was tremendous, man. Tremendous.
Dealt with Falcao well. Can't really remember them having another chance other than their goal late on. Personally, I can't remember much. Rangers.
Tav and Arfield again were tremendous in that.
Tav and Arfield just keep us going, man. Like, Tav just does everything
Davis
so
played
right.
all right, I know. Off my memory.
Davis had a great game as well. Another great game. Arfield in the middle of the park. Obviously, being that kind of box-to-box midfielder, while Aribo's absent for the team, and it goes to show, like, Aribo is going to need to fight his way back into this team because it's a team in form.
100% he's got to fight. Anyone who goes out, even you could argue, Roof's going to have to fight his way back in.
Exactly, I think so as well. Because look, you've got players performing that when these players were out injured, you were like, can't wait to have Aribo back. But it's to the point where Arfield's put in maybe 4 or 5 right good games now.
Proper shifts.
Scoring, assisting, just doing everything right. For me, the first name of the team sheet. He didn't have a great game, obviously, the weekend, but even against Galatasaray, I thought he was great. Special mentions also. I thought Morelos had a decent game.
I know
he was frustrated not getting a goal, and he was just trying to shoot for anywhere at a point. But overall, I thought he was decent.
No, I thought. Yeah, mate. I know you think you've just said his first name. Tav's the first name in the team sheet for me.
Yeah, but he's Tav, of course.
Just showing, man.
Tav is literally showing why Gerrard's put this much faith in.
I know you feel like I feel like a fucking mug for some of the times you've criticised him, but especially in the Old Firm games for me, they were deserved criticism. Especially, you know what I mean, like the Old Firm games at Hampden or at Selleck Park, like it was deserved. But I think it's because now he's got the experience there. I don't know. I think he's alright.
I think he knows this season.
I think he knows, man. He knows it. You know what I mean. Especially he's a captain. He's a guy that if we do win it, he'll be lifting it. You know what I mean.
Exactly. He's the one that wants it so bad. So I can't honestly praise Tav enough. He's been immense.
What was I going to say? Obviously we had the absolute icons, Rangers on the panel. That was a special moment, mate.
That was very special. Obviously, the pictures came out with Al McCoy, Graham Souness, Walter Smith. I mean,
and then you had Gerrard and Souness and Walter.
Yeah, you had them fist bumping and everyone. I mean, honestly, just glorious to even see. I rounded off a good night actually. Seeing that.
I'd like to see Souness up here commentating more than Premiership, to be honest, mate. Because see when he comes, I'm like, oh fuck, man, like he's gonna get slated again. Like, don't talk about Pop.
He doesn't give you a good.
No, he doesn't, man. No, he doesn't. But
when he comes up here, he's loved though.
Of course.
But
terms of Europe,
Thursday's game, pretty good stuff. And then that led us into obviously the draw happening Friday morning. We were eagerly anticipating it for about an hour and a half whilst they got through the player of the season and whatever else, just gone to the draw, man.
I know, I just get to the draw if they says it.
They rabble on about nothing, man. And then you get to the draw. And I don't know about you, but I was confused about the way they were doing it. Because they were putting the teams for pot 1 all in a group first. And then they were doing it all with pot 2. I thought it was going to be 1 for pot 1, 1 for pot 2. I thought it was going to go that kind of way.
I think it's just... I just think that's what I'm on about. I was like,
so
I thought we'll just try to get rapid through it.
I'm like, when did Rangers even come out here? And then obviously they did come out, landed in a group with Benfica, Standard Liège, Lech Poznan. Your thoughts about
that? Well, I mean, first off, I was hoping to get either Arsenal or Spurs. I did want to.
I put it on the Twitter. I was desperate to get an English team. I have been for the past 3 years now.
No, I'm desperate to get them if we do, I think we are going to go through to the next stage. I think it's a group that Rangers probably will be looking at and thinking themselves,
I'd say it's favourable.
We could dominate here. I think we could dominate here.
Obviously, Benfica, strong team, right?
Strong. The only threat, I think they've got that Brazilian boy that was linked with Everton and all that. I forgot his name. But
well, if you're thinking of Vinicius, mate, he's just went to Spurs.
No, him. He's a winger.
Winger?
He was... What was the team he was at? I forgot the team he was at, but he's a winger.
Honestly, don't know.
I can't
I know they've
remember.
got Pizzi and Rafa and Vertonghen now.
Aye,
Grimaldo,
Otamendi, I know.
they've got good players, aye.
It'll be a big test again, as
Because
you
I mean,
say, but
they have got real good players. I mean, Otamendi and Vertonghen at the back.
it's
That's Premier League
experience.
winning defences,
Aye.
obviously.
It's experience. That's what I'm on about. It's an experienced sort of team, but just in the kind of games Rangers just step up like as they did on Thursday, obviously against Galatasaray.
I think the biggest test of these will be away from home. Like, how can we
Aye.
cope under that sort of pressure? Obviously, we know fans still away from home at Benfica. Like, we've coped all right, I think, away from home in Europe, but we being no fans in that, obviously you're relying on the travelling fans and all that a lot in these kind of tough games.
Aye, big games.
Like you've seen, obviously, with the Braga
I think we'll
game.
be alright, mate. I don't think you say anything to worry about,
I think
man.
we should.
At the end of the day, it's 11 versus, you know what I mean? It's
The two teams that go through, in my opinion, are Benfica and Rangers. Where they place in the actual top two in that group, I'm unsure on, but I'd say Standard Liège and Lech Poznan, Rangers should be able to take care of. I think
should battle they two, man.
Benfica's the one I'm really excited for, though.
I think that as you're saying, I think the most difficult fixture is probably Benfica away from home. Maybe that fucking Polish mob. If
it's another one that could be tricky.
But I just expect. I don't even think we'll lose a game at home to win that group.
No, I think so.
No, I think
if we win our home games, we should go through then. Honestly.
That's usually what happens.
That's the main focus.
No, I just think we're going to boss that group, to be honest with you. Benfica probably, as we're talking about, are the only real sort of test there for Rangers. Well, the only real sort of challenge.
They're quite big name.
We say that, and then these two other teams give us like a right proper.
We'll beat Benfica easily, and then Standard Liège will beat us now or something like that. But it's a tough group again, but we should get out of it, I think.
No, we shouldn't underestimate these teams in this group. Obviously, it can happen in football, but
because personally, I'm thinking about it as well. Like for the teams that were in pot 3 with Rangers, I think Rangers were the team that nobody really would have wanted. Because like
it was in but Leicester was in there.
Leicester were in pot 2.
Were they?
Aye, Leicester were in pot 2, Celtic in pot 1, and then pot 3 I can't really remember. But out of that, I would say I don't think any team would really want to draw Rangers.
No, well, I wouldn't say you especially. No, I don't think you would want to draw us for such a sort of
really a force in Europe.
I would say aye.
Obviously, when it got to Bayer Leverkusen last season, it was tough because they were just a step above.
Aye, they just had sheer quality.
But I'm happy with the draw. Celtic obviously didn't get a
well, I mean, they didn't get a favourable draw. No, they didn't, Jack. They've got themselves a real difficult group.
Sparta Praha, I think, AC Milan and Lille.
Lille that wanted to.
So,
no,
it's a tough one.
It's a difficult group for Celtic, but as you say, obviously the fans are so important in these kind of games. That's what I'm on about. Celtic at home, AC Milan. You know the noise that Celtic Park probably would have made, but in that tie they probably could have got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they beat Lazio in that last season, didn't they?
So, but no, you never know. Listen, you never know. Celtic might come out and top it. I just don't think they will. I think AC Milan and Hingwell will.
But rounding off a positive week was obviously Ross County at home. Going in for obviously great result Motherwell, great result Galatasaray. Now to round it off before the international break. We just sort of had to win the game. It wasn't really.
You didn't have to play good. This is what I'm on about. You didn't have to play good as long as you won the game and we kept ourselves on top. That was the main thing. I
mean, there was a few scares though.
No, there was a few scares, and if it was a decent team, they would have put them away.
Like, I mean, in the first sort of 5 minutes, the boy in the wing, Charles Cook, went right through. Could have another day scored. Apart from that, Rangers were comfortable in the second.
The thing we don't give the ball away. Did the Goldson no give the ball away or something, and then it was like a link. They did it was like a link up or something. 2 on. You know what I mean?
2 with who? With Ross County.
Aye, with Ross County. I can't even remember.
Mind, honestly.
Can't mind. Why the fuck are you talking about it getting on, John?
Can't mind, honestly. But
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure some couldn't give the ball away, and then Tav was left to deal with the 2 of them, and then they got through on goal, and then they just fluffed it. And
I know what you mean now. Bassey sort of had to cover the ball, and then the keeper took it. I think that was the one you're talking about. But they had a cut like that one.
But they had chances. That's what I'm saying.
They had the header, and then it seemed that when we were 1-up, being 1-up so early and all, a repeat of a game for last season where we're just
that's what I was
they're waiting to score pretty much.
That's what I was on about. I was thinking myself, last season we did draw in that You know what I mean? Like I was thinking, like we would have drawn that game.
I mean, like last season, see that header that came in for Cole Donaldson? It just went right over the bar. And another day that gets in.
Aye, that gets in. But that's what I'm on about. See, as we're saying, see last season, that's what I'm on about. We did draw in that game, and our hopes would have been over.
Aye, because Rangers they're going forward. They've got the lead. They can't make anything happen. There's really no clear-cut chances on goal, and it seems like Ross County were growing into the game a bit. We really needed the second goal to just kill any sort of chance of the game.
I never, to be honest with you, I never found like Ross County. Like, I know they had chances, but they were never really threatening throughout the game. If you know what I mean, like they were never.
Nah, they're not a team that carries such a massive threat, really. But they've got that sort of mentality. If they get a corner, as like, they might sort of head it in. But they've not really get much like creative prowess going forward that much.
That's what I was just watching the game, man. Like we had, like, it's one of the games where you've got the ball, and you know what I mean. The other team are just like, they're no like come, you know what I mean. They're no chasing it. There's no pressure on it. But Rangers have got it comfortable. I felt like it was comfortable, but I don't know. It
was comfortable, but it's just we've not really seen that much this season where we've been like sort of grinding out a 1-0. Obviously, we've seen it actually at Aberdeen, but at home, like holding on to a 1-goal lead, sort of been under a bit of pressure. But and then in the end, Brandon Barker comes on, he gets his goal, seals the game for us. I thought him himself, the team really wasn't playing that well. Comes on, he makes himself positive. He's driving. He's using his pace. He's buffy. He's not a day past 50 with that haircut.
No,
even though he's 24 years old.
You know what he was talking about, mate? You score, you got a slice of cake, all right?
Slice of cake.
Aye. What was I going to say to you before you went on about his goal there? Around about the 43rd minute, just before half time, I think Jack was on the ball, and he's like, there was space. Like Jones was calling out for it. He was calling out for the ball because he could have made that run in, whipped in and delivered. It's just one of the passes, like he just needs to ping.
That's my problem with Ryan Jack sometimes. Though.
I mean, that's what I was about to say there, mate. My problem with Jack sometimes is
he's never looking forward.
No,
he really isn't.
Always looking back to pass it back or to do the safe work. You know what I mean? He's never willing
to take a risk, really, is he?
I know.
But it's a different Jack than we've seen last season. Obviously, him winning the Player of the Year and all that. As I said, Clive Tilsley said in the game, he scored 2 up at Ross County last season. He was scoring goals last season in general. He was playing sort of more advanced, maybe in just a central centre mid role rather than a CDM where he is now. But
I don't like him there. I like him going forward.
I like him going forward because he can do both, in my opinion. But he needs that confidence back to show himself that he can go forward. He can make these passes. He can take a shot.
I obviously don't want to compare him to like Gerrard or that, but there's a few times where Gerrard last season or something like that, I was jealous of the performance. Like,
aye, because I mean, Ryan Jack has put in some 10 out of 10 performances in a Rangers shirt over the past couple of years.
No, it has, man. He's putting top notch performances.
Just obviously he just came back against Galatasaray there.
No, I know,
but
it's frustrating to see. Like, we've seen that.
I've seen it a couple of times this season with Ryan Jack. It's just been a bit. Seems to be when he plays with Kamara, honestly. It just seems they're too similar.
I'd be the same. I'd be a bit hesitant to play that cunt.
You know into Kamara, no? Glenn Kamara?
Again, fucking that was doing my head in.
Glenn Kamara.
See, do you know what I wanted to do? See that video of that fucking wee boy where he's getting fucking Hingway's name wrong for Celtic? And he starts on and says
Shinsuke Nakamura, you do, ball.
And he's it's fucking Hingway. I wanted fucking, who was it on the commentary with him? Fucking McCoisty, wasn't it?
McCoisty, aye.
I wanted McCoisty to turn around and say, it's fucking Glenn Kamara, get it right, yeah. It's annoying.
It was annoying. But I just, with Jack and Kamara playing together, you're just getting 2 similar players.
2 similar players.
We've talked about that at the start of the season where we don't need to play with 2 CDMs when we're just going to be on the front foot all the time. Like games at Livingston and that, we're playing Jack and Kamara as 2 holding midfielders when we're needing more going forward. It never really added up. And I still don't think they really work together. But we'll see how that advances.
We'll see how it goes, mate. We'll see how it.
Jack's obviously going away with Scotland now.
Oh, please don't get injured. Whatever you do, Steve Clark, don't play him. Just
he's
have
just
him
back,
along.
man. He's just back.
I know. Just don't play him.
That's
what I honestly think Gerrard should have just said to him. Look, just say you've got COVID or something. You can't.
I'd be telling all the players to pull out. Honestly,
no,
I don't see the point in international football being played now.
Nah.
really just with all these players mixing with each other for different clubs and all that, and you're trying to keep everyone like sort of safe in football.
Safe, I know.
It's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem right.
It's a topic for another day, Jack. But
It is a topic for
I
another
tell you
day.
what's no fucking Morelos to me should have had a hat-trick in this game and all, by the way.
Ross County game, man. One of his worst games, a Rangers shot for me.
Aye. No, I should have fucking had a hat-trick for me, mate. See that one where he took the ball and like he fucking like had a shot, like he beat the two men and then he was sort of up and he had a shot and it went past. He should have, to me, he would have buried
He's
that.
desperate for a goal. That's the thing. Like, Morelos on this kind of form is just every single time he gets the ball, he might be in the edge of the box, he might be right in front of the goal. Anywhere he is in the park, he's shooting. That's his mindset when he's in this kind of form.
It's a bit like a FIFA career mode, isn't it?
He just needs a goal. He really just needs a goal or two to get back on track, I think, because he's been the topic of the summer, honestly. With Rangers.
He has been the topic.
He's been in, he's been out, he's staying, is he going kind of thing. It looks like the window closing in about 6 hours that he's obviously going to be here until at least January. So you're obviously wanting to get his head screwed on and get any sort of transfer news out of his system.
I think he's just fucking focused with Colombia now. That's all he's posting on his socials is fucking Colombia.
He's obviously proud of that.
No, I know, mate. I know he's proud.
But at the end of the day, I really want him to be focused on Rangers because at the end of the day, he's still a best striker of the club.
We need him, man. Especially
we need him to be firing in all cylinders like he was last season. We really do. And I don't know if it's just because there's no fans there or that he's struggling. But
I don't think it is, mate. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is really with him. Obviously, the transfer news and that's easy to say, but I don't know. I just want to see him get back on form. I want to see him scoring goals and smiling again, because that's the best Morelos you're going to get.
I wouldn't say he's not smiling. I don't know what it is with him. But anyway, let's get into the player ratings, mate.
Player ratings time, mate. Aye.
Player ratings time, Jacko. Player ratings time.
So there was 3 changes, I think, in this lineup. For Galatasaray, Balogun coming in, McLaughlin and Ryan Jack starting.
I was surprised to see McGregor get dropped.
Jones and all, actually. So I start off with McLaughlin.
What are you going for?
Didn't have much to do.
No, I didn't really have. But you notice this current
just
theme
a
saying with Rangers keepers, they didn't really have much to do.
McLaughlin didn't have much to do. Didn't really make any mistake or anything like that. You can't really. I can't really rate him, honestly. I can't give him a 10 or that, but
no, you're not going to give him a 10. You just give him a.
I just can't really rate him, honestly.
What's the start? What is the starting rating here? Is that 7 or is that 6?
The what?
Like the standard rating for the player?
The standard. You can pick whatever you want, mate.
Well, I'll if we're just going, I'll give him a 6 then.
Give him a bog standard.
Give him a bog standard.
I'm not going to rate him because he didn't have any day.
Alright, cool, then he didn't have any.
Your captain, leader, legend, my hero, my mate, Tav.
That'll be the name of his book, Tav.
Tav's a 10
Tav
out of 10.
Tav was another one for me. It's just the momentum, the positivity with him.
He's the only one for me that's really getting full marks here because he just epitomised exactly what a captain should be doing. Scoring, keeps the team under control, is always looking to go forward. He's pretty good defensively, in my opinion, now.
No, he's improved defensively.
He's really improved a lot.
Barisic should take some tips.
Kept the back door shut. I couldn't do any more, honestly. He continues that form. He said, when he scored, I think his first goal this season was at Hamilton away. Ever since then, it's just been goals. Goals
galore.
And he's one off, I think, maybe the goal top goal scorer. Kevin Nisbet, Hibs, he's the top goal scorer in the league.
Really?
So, you agreeing with a 10?
I'm getting a 10, Tav, 100%.
Connor Goldson,
you... No, I'm joking. Connor Goldson, mate, what is that? I can't really remember Connor Goldson doing anything wrong or doing anything that...
Nah, he didn't do much wrong at all, really. He just sort of, as you say, maybe gave one away.
I know, that's the only thing I can remember.
I
swear he gave the ball away and then they broke away.
He's always got that in him, though. Like, no matter how good he'll play, he's always got a mistake.
That's what I was going to say to you. See, with Goldson, that's the one thing with him. If I was the opposition, I'd be saying put him under pressure because he does not like it. See, when he's got time on the ball to play it for, put him under pressure.
Because that's the thing, I know with Goldson, he likes playing that long diagonal.
Aye.
And then, exactly when a player comes onto him, he just
crumbles,
shits himself. He honestly does shit himself. But maybe 1 or 2 stray passes. Obviously, he gets the clean sheet at the end of the day, but
I'll give him a 7.
I'll give him an 8.
Give him an 8?
I'll give him an 8.
Why you got to be so difficult?
Ugh.
Just give him a 7.
Ugh.
Fuck's sake.
Give him a 7.5.
No, 7.5, aye. Fuck's sake.
And then his partner, we've seen these two obviously line up first game.
I was surprised to see him start, to be honest with you. I thought fucking big Swedish boy would be in again.
Liam Balogun. I don't know if Philip Hollander's obviously going away with Sweden.
I think he is,
and he's played a lot of football. He really has played a lot of football. So he dropped out for Balogun. Coming in, was it his first start since he got injured? He's come on as a sub, I think.
He's come on as a sub,
but he does look like a really decent centre back, man. Like, we were obviously impressed with him at the start of the season. It was 1 year like, really, he's injured already. But he's good to have that kind of player to come in just when Hollander's not available, and then you've also got Edmondson.
That's why it's good that we're having rotation and we're seeing that we've got numbers there for the remainder of the campaign. So
because
it's positive.
Players aren't playing. You could maybe argue that was a bit of the problem last season. I mean, Davis, Jack, Kamara all played near enough every game it felt, and there was no really MD like you bring in
competition or
no really MD you bring in personally. So it's nice to obviously have that flexibility. A big squad now where we can just chop and change whenever we need. Exactly. It's good. But Balogun, I thought he was composed for his first sort of start again. Done well. I'll give him an 8.
Give him a 7.
7. Fair enough. Why'd you got to be so difficult?
I'm not being difficult. Mate, this is what I'm on about. You know what I mean? People are more, that wasn't the best game and that. I don't really care if it was the greatest game or the worst game. They won the game.
3 points was all I wanted.
That's what I'm on about, mate. 3 points, mate.
And then Bona Barisic. Go on, I see you sulking. What's your problem with Borna?
What's my problem with him is he didn't sign my top for me when I asked. No, John. I just think the other boy's better defensively than him. I really do.
Bassey?
I really do. I rate that boy heavy, man. I just think he's so much better in terms of like he can do both. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know Barisic is tremendous going. You know what I mean?
One day left foot.
Aye. Some of his crosses in this game and all for me were a bit, you know what I mean, half-assed. I don't know if that was fatigue, like he was a bit tired, obviously, because he had played them. But it's not like I'm going to go on a big, massive rage about him. You know what I mean? I just don't think he can. He's not. That
we've seen him play better.
No, we've seen him play better, but I just don't think he can. I honestly just don't think he's that good. Like I know this is what I say to you all the time. Like the fullbacks nowadays in football aren't the same as fullbacks back in the day, you know what I mean? Like,
no, because fullbacks back in the day were meant to defend. Now they're all meant to attack.
They're just basically extra wingers, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's, you see that at Celtic, they play 3-5-2. They basically play the fullbacks as wingers. So for me, he can't. He's no. It's a bit. I just think he needs to improve defensively. That's fair enough.
Look at the Hibs goal, and that's all I'll say. Look at the Hibs goal, but he gave that boy too much time, too much. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean.
About fucking getting the ball.
He needs to be ruthless, as Gerrard would say. Ruthless in his defending.
There's another wrestling reference.
Just like he is going forward. I mean, he's tremendous
going forward. I'll never not praise him going forward. But, you know what I mean, but just.
I agree with you at a certain extent. Going with defending, he's not the best defender. That's some of his game he can really improve on. And although he wasn't phased with that much, he comes off injured and all, actually, doesn't he?
He get fucking.
So hopefully he's all right for the Old Firm game.
Hopefully he's not all right to play Croatia's games, but hopefully he's he's all right for the Old Firm. You know what I mean?
But Barisic, I'll give him a 7.
Well, I'll be difficult and give him a 6.
Difficult, man.
Difficult,
And then the man of the moment, Ryan Jack, we were talking about earlier.
Captain Jack,
I'm giving him a 6.
Giving him a 6?
I thought he was bog standard, really. It's just, as you say, not looking to go forward, passing sideways and all that. Negative football.
It's safe. Negative football. It's safe football, mate. That's what I'm on about. Jordan Jones is crying out for the ball, and as I said just before half time, really, would have noticed, you know what I mean, he was there, but like, just play the ball. I want to see Ryan Jack run forward and have a shot, or you know what I mean, play positive football, as we're saying there. That it's just safe.
Because Gerrard says if you're in the position and you take on the shot, he's not going to be like raging that you took a shot. He wants to see players take on shots from anywhere. So I don't understand why Ryan Jack won't do something like that, personally.
No, I would say, mate, it's frustrating. No, Ryan Jack, mate. Ryan Jack's just needs to play more positive football for me, as we're saying here. But
as I said, I give him a 6. So.
Give him a 6, I'll agree with you in that. Yeah, it won't be difficult there. Give him a 6.
Then on to the next midfielder was Scott Arfield.
Scotty Arfield. Yeah, don't know if Scotty Arfield's. I don't know, he's a bit more positive than Jackie anyway, I thought.
He didn't have one of his best games that we've seen recently when he's been in the team, but he was alright, put in a decent enough shift. For me, he gets a 6. It was a kind of bog standard performance. You could tell a lot of these players were fatigued and tired for the game. Obviously, him putting in so much miles in that game against Galatasaray and playing again Sunday, obviously, it's going to have its effect. So he wasn't as effective going forward
as he usually
is, really, but he's not finding those pockets of space that he usually did. So I'll give him a 6, aye.
Give him a 6, aye?
No, aye.
I'll give him a 6, aye.
And then Glenn Camara, sorry.
Glenn, that was Camera. Fucking get it right, you dick. It's fucking Camara. It's a pity he didn't shout up to him. Oi, it's fucking Camara, you cunt.
No, I know.
No, it was just annoying, mate. I can't really remember him doing anything positive, mate.
Nah, he was alright. He was alright.
That's what I wanted, but the game
he was probably one of the best midfielder that played, I think. I thought he had a good game.
Aye, compared to
the other two, I think.
Aye.
I gave Kamara a 7. I thought he was, even in the game Thursday, I thought he was pretty good.
No, I thought he was good, really good in game Thursday.
But I thought he continued that into the weekend's game, put in a decent shift. But when Jack came on, I thought he'd get a bit sort out of the game. But
I just think a lot of them were, as we're saying, like, were fatigued for
Thursday. It was really just basically get the result.
That's all it was, mate, to be honest with you. It was just get a result and then get fucking back home, you know what I mean?
Get out of there. But Kamara, 7.
I give him a 7, aye.
Forward 3, we've got Ryan Kent. I mean, I've no personally seen that Ryan Kent we saw for a couple of weeks.
I don't know who started the whole should hang with England and that kind of talk. You can zone out because Ryan Kent needs to fucking focus his brain on Rangers, never mind fucking hang with for England or whatever. No, I've not seen, I'd say, the last couple of games maybe. Like, I've just not seen the Ryan Kent.
No, I've not personally.
And that's what I'm on about. This is where when we're talking about Ryan Kent, like, he'll do, you know what I mean, he'll go on a couple of games run where you're like, tremendous the player that we signed, you know what I mean? And then we'll get games like where you're like, I don't even remember him.
Definitely agree with you, and it's like a similar story to last season, obviously. He has these absolutely world-class games, then a couple of games he'll be off the boil, then he'll come back at it. It's just, he still seems a bit inconsistent for me, because that's been a couple of games now. I feel like he's not been, like, he has been the main man all season pretty much.
Basically, so far anyway.
But for the past sort of 2 or 3 games, I'm like, where is Ryan Kent? Where is the Kent?
That's what I'm on about. I know, like, with Morelos, like, people were saying, obviously, when he was like, we move away and that, like, but we don't, like, I don't know, I think Ryan Kent might have just been playing good to get a move to Leeds. I don't know about you. I just think he might have just been playing good to get a move away. I don't know. It's the same with Morelos and that, you know what I mean? You've seen it at the end of the ring, you know what I mean? He's playing fantastic. You're thinking, you know what I mean? Like, is he just playing hanging to get a move away? I don't know. I don't know. With Ryan Kent, man, he's too inconsistent, as I say. Watch him score a goal in the Old Firm.
He does like a goal. Turn up,
he does seem to like a goal in
that. But I can't fault him for his start of the season. He's always still an impact going forward, but it's just
90, mate.
He's not scored in a couple of games. I can't honestly remember the last game he scored in. Because even against Motherwell, wasn't he that good?
I know, that's what I'm on, but I don't really remember
Hibs, I can't really remember him.
Hibs, he was alright.
3 or 4 games now that's been where I've not really been impressed with him.
Still looking to make the runs and all that.
He set such a high standard though, that's the thing.
Aye, but it's the usual with Ryan Kent though, because you know what's there, like, you know the potential that's there with him, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Especially, when you see him like scoring some of the goals that he scored for us, like, you think to yourself, like, we've got a real player there. But
maybe it's been a bit of a head turner with the whole England talk.
England talk, I think, especially, like, don't be picking him up.
Obviously going to, what is he, 23, 24 year old, it's
something
going to
like
excite him.
I know it is, but
So I think maybe that's kind of unsettled him a bit. But
you never know, mate. You don't know with these players. Like, I just think he's, I don't know, maybe there's like Tav and all that starting to be the main focus in terms of like, being more positive. I don't know, maybe it's because the limelight isn't all on him, you know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know, we can, but I'm not going to.
I give him a 6. I would
give him a 6. I'm not going to bury him, but you know what I mean?
Nah,
I still think
definitely
he's a tremendous, one of the most important players of this season anyway for myself.
Aye, but I'm looking to see that start of the season form back again. Well. Jordan Jones obviously gets his second start now.
I liked some of the runs he was making. He was trying to get in behind the defenders, and
I liked parts of his game, but I thought he was missing.
Aye.
I thought he really just. I'm like, well, is Jordan Jones still on the park?
That's what I was thinking about. That's what I'm on about with Ryan Kent and all. That's what you're thinking. Like, they still there? They still playing?
See me went missing, and he's another one. It's with that performance last week. You're like, oh, Jordan Jones is right up for it now. But with the team not really playing well, with it being such a right, let's just get goals and get out of here kind of situation.
I think a lot of them are fatigued, mate, as I say.
I was expecting...
They played the way they did for me anyway. They played such a tremendous game Thursday. To, you know what I mean, to go for the level and probably that it took to beat that kind of team. To go and play Ross County at home, you know what I mean? That's when the main pressure's on Rangers. This is what I'm on about. That's the kind of game last season, as I said, like we would have drawn that, you know what I mean? We'd have fucking
100%.
We'd have got the result in Europe and then we would have drawn it. And now that's what I'm on about. Now is the most important time, especially obviously what the season is all about, you know what I mean? Where we have to win these games, you know what I mean? Sometimes we're going to do this where we're going to have games where it's just...
That's going to be the whole
not
thing,
the best, you know what I mean? Not the best football, but at least we won the game, you know what I mean?
And I want to say, we didn't play well, but we won, rather than, we played shite, we drew. We played shite, we get beat.
Just don't want to draw another game, mate.
Like, I'd happily play shite and win.
Exactly.
Honestly. But Jordan Jones, I mean, after Motherwell and all that, he's still got a point to prove. He still only played one game. And I thought he would have relished this chance. But
is he winning international duty?
Nah, he's away with Northern Ireland. Same with Stephen Davis.
Fuck's sake, man, they're still relying on fucking Stephen Davis and Lafferty.
Aye. Lafferty's under now, actually. Aye.
Fucking Sunderland, innit?
Aye, yes, I agree. Yes. But Jones, I gave him a bit harsh, but I'll give him a 4.
Gave him a 4?
I gave him a 4, honestly.
You think he was that bad?
I thought he was missing. I honestly can't remember anything. Apart from, obviously, he made runs.
Maybe he went fucking missing, but he doesn't deserve a 4. I'll fight for the boy here.
Go and fight for him. What you gave him?
I'll give him a 5.
Give him a 5. Oh, 1 mark.
Aye. I'm only joking. No, listen. The obviously, players weren't there, but you know what I mean.
There's still more to come for Jordan Jones, in my opinion. This wasn't one of his best games.
It's just consistency. He just needs game time regular. And I think you're going to see that player.
I'd like to hope so. And then leading the line, Alfredo Morelos. As I said earlier in the episode, you'd struggle to find a worse game for him. I thought he was atrocious. Wins the penalty at the end of the day.
He should have fucking buried that shot. See when Tav played the ball in and it landed right to his feet. How many times has he done that?
First half he had it right to the keeper.
No, I'm on about the second half.
Second half?
But that was the second half. Fucking Tav whips the ball in, then it goes straight to Morelos and it's a tap in.
Oh, it must have been the second half. And I remember the one in the first half where it gets played to him, he sort of does a turn and then hits it straight to the keeper. He catches it well and he hits it straight to the keeper in the middle.
That's the shot I was on about earlier.
Aye, but
that one he should have fucking... No, Tav plays it in beautifully, I would say, and then it lands right to his feet and then he just fucking hits it right at the keeper. He's done that. I can remember he's done that in Europe and he's done it in an Old Firm game and all. I remember he did it in the cup game where we should have...
Oh, right, aye. For the free kick, you mean, for Tav?
Aye.
I know what you mean now.
He fucking... Where he gets the ball and it's just a tap in, like, in the other, like, straight into the corner. And the cunt just hits it at the keeper. You're thinking, what the fuck are you doing?
Right, I know what you mean you're talking about. I don't know if I'm thinking maybe Galatasaray, though, because he had one similar in that game where Goldson missed the header and it lands on his foot and he hits it right past the post. It was pretty much an open goal.
Because... No, Arfield comes in, but Arfield falls on the floor.
Aye. Right, aye.
Fucking watch the highlights back, you cunt.
But
and
he
fucking-
should have. I don't know, man. He just.
should have had a heart ticket. He fucking should have buried a couple
He
of
was.
them, man.
He was poor for me. He was.
No, he was really.
If what we seen at Motherwell, although he didn't score, I mean, his link-up play was phenomenal. He was.
Aye.
He was coming in. He was. Playing balls into Arfield to then give on to Jones, Kent, whoever else. But it just, I don't know, man. His passes were going astray. His shots weren't on target, or
Maybe
straight
just
to the keeper. I don't know what it is, honestly.
I honestly don't know what it is, but
I'm going to be so glad when this window shuts tonight, so he can just focus. I mean, it must be hard for that young guy. I mean, like, his agent in his ear, like, oh,
aye, come on, you can go.
come on, like, obviously there's offers.
But you
on the
don't know
table.
that's my one. But you don't know, is he going? He's definitely not going to be as loved as he's been loved up here. Is he going to rep? You know what I mean? Have that kind of form that he's had up here?
Nah.
Is he? You know what I mean? You don't know.
He's
all
obviously
that
a
stuff.
player that's wanting to get to the top, and I think he deserves it. But he really needs to get his head back on to 2019 Morelos again, and he really needs to start scoring goals. Because I mean, we've got Roofs. He's always going to be injury prone. He said it his
Aye.
full career. He's
No,
going to be
he said
injury
it.
prone. He's going to miss games. So for me, he's one of your, when he gets like a string of games,
Aye,
he's a
He's still
right
so
good
key,
player.
mate. He's still so important if we're going to win this league.
'Cause, I mean, he does what other strikers don't do. Like Morelos is always looking to score and have battles with the centre back. Roof's looking to. I think you've seen it a bit in Morelos now, where he's, as I said, that Motherwell game where he's dropping back in. I see that for Roof a lot. Interchanging with like Kent and whoever else playing in different positions. I like that kind of fluidity in the attack when he plays. And then obviously you've got Cedric Itten at your disposal as well,
don't underrate
he's
my
a
big
goal
man.
scorer.
Big man, I believe in that big boy. He's going to come good. I believe in him.
I mean, we've seen that just sort of 20-minute cameo where he grabs 2 goals against Motherwell. That one being a screamer and the one being a tap-in. 2 great strikers' goals, and I cannot wait to see him as well. Another one we need to keep fit, and then you've still got Jermaine Defoe there.
Still Jermaine Defoe. Don't sleep on that boy.
I mean,
man.
Currently you've got Jermaine Defoe as your like fourth choice
I know.
striker. I mean,
I thought he was going to bring Defoe on in this game.
I thought Defoe should have got a bit of game time, man. Morelos should have been off the park,
I know.
I think.
I think, you know what I mean? You think with Defoe, you know what I mean? But yeah, like, fucking Stevie boy, I played with you. Fucking come on, mate. He's a wee 5 minutes here. I'll fucking score 2, you know what I mean?
But Defoe will be required, honestly. Like, as we looked back at last season, didn't have strikers. Camberry we had to bring in. If you remember that, like, we didn't have strikers available.
Fucking oh man, he's so good. Fuck off.
So these strikers are going to play their part at some point. Obviously, having 4,
I know if he's got a part to play this season, mate.
and then with the 5 subs as well, gives them more of a chance to be used.
But no, Brandon Barker's goal, as you were talking about, and then we got on it. For Brandon Barker
came on was positive for me.
I know. It's just what we needed. He just went for it, didn't he, really?
Nah, he did. And then for the other subs, Calvin Bassey comes on, makes an impression again.
This again.
Going to be a right good player to watch out for. I think he's going to challenge Barisic for that left back spot.
Yes, I'm telling you right now, because he can defend and he can attack.
He can do everything. It seems he's a powerhouse going forward.
I know, mate.
And then obviously Yanis Hadji comes on, he gets an assist again, as we talked about. That's 8 and 8 now. Still looking for that sort of, as we say, Braga-esque performance. But I'm sure it will come.
This is what I'm on about with him. Like, he's not going to. I know when we sing we done that game, but this is what I'm on about. He's still. You think yourself, oh, he didn't play well, and then you go, I'll bet you get an assist. That's what I'm on about with him. Like, he's more likely to be the kind of guy that's fucking giving out the assist than he's going to be going to the box having a shot. That's what, as I said to you, like, he likes getting to the box and then looking for somebody to give the ball to. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
I still think he's a bit lightweight, man. When he's trying to get past players and he's getting pushed off the ball, he's getting shrugged off with ease, pretty much.
No, he needs to hit in the gym.
But
give me Bayern. Give me Bayern. Let's just say yo.
Aye, because whatever they're feeding their players, man. Jesus Christ.
Fucking get me on that.
That Goretzka, man, he's come out. You see it after lockdown.
I know, but you'll see fucking Leroy Sané, I know, mate.
I know, he'll be 1-0. But overall, job done. It's one of the games you just
it, mate.
You put it out your mind and you move on, don't you?
Aye, definitely.
And the team, I think, deserve 2 weeks break now after the amount of games.
Well, you say a break, mate, but they're going to be fucking knackered, man. The ones that are on international duty, there's not a moment to rest for them. You know what I mean?
Not all. Obviously, I don't really want to see our players coming back injured because who is Yanis Hadji going away again?
I think so.
Barisic, Hollander, McLaughlin.
The other centre back and all, he's Nigeria playing friendlies.
Balogun's away and all. I really don't want to see him injured again because it seems like he could
This
be
is
very easily injured.
this is what I'm on about here. International thing's like happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
First game back sealed for him. You imagine being one of their players and you're fucking knackered, and then you've got right now the biggest game of the season because both teams are on similar sort of.
Celtic haven't lost or drew a game since that Ferencváros game.
That's what I'm on about. Like, so both teams are on tremendous form. You know what I mean? And everyone's, though we can't be at the stadiums or what have you, everyone's going to be fucking up for it because it's an old firm. You know what I mean?
It's going to be one of the most. You look at it, it's a history maker, an old firm game with no fans, really.
Exactly, which is
so
nuts. But what I'm saying is, like, these players are going to be completely and utterly fucked, man.
They're going to be knackered, I know. But I guess that's what
they're running their money this time. Everyone has a go at footballers and the amount of money they make, which alright, okay, but they're earning their fucking keep this season anyway, man. The amount of games that they're playing, relentlessly, man.
And obviously they're sacrificing a lot. They're not able to do what they did. And like their private life way, like going out and drinking. I've obviously seen that when they started.
Oh man, I think we're like one of the only clubs not to have players like test fucking positive for the virus. So big up, man. Big up Rangers players.
Kilmarnock now we get was it 3 players? You had that incident with Ballincolly, Aberdeen, Hamilton.
I think a majority of teams in the league are testing hanging and all that.
Aye, so it seems like it's only a matter of time before it's a full. Like every team's going to have cases, but
why would you say something like that?
Rangers are handling it pretty well.
I know, but you don't want every fucking thing and then the league gets fucking shut down.
Nah, I don't, but it seems like that way. It seems like every team's like next week.
No, I know. But Jack, let's go on to English football, mate. Let's get on to the English Premier League.
English Premier League.
Because I have a lot to say about obviously the free make it. We're not going to talk about fucking Southampton beating West Brom. Who gives a fuck? Let's talk about the scalping your boys got last night, mate. They got scalped.
Right. Just give me a minute to talk about that, right? I never in my life thought Liverpool were going to concede 7 goals to Aston Villa. See if you bet that. You must be fucking so rich right now.
No, but first off, if you're betting right now, you're losing money, mate, because nobody's predicting these kind of score lines.
What is happening in the Premier League?
I know, mate. I know. It's what I want to say to you first off is how the fuck is Thingway goals for Liverpool?
Right.
What's his name, Adrian, isn't it?
Where Liverpool's weaknesses have always lay is the players that are coming on the bench. They've got an unbelievable starting 11, right?
Tremendous.
But see when players like obviously Mane's got COVID, Thiago's got COVID.
He's injured and all.
Henderson's injured.
Henderson was there on the bench.
Alisson, well, he's no match for it yet, but Alisson's injured now for 6 weeks. When you've got these vital players out of the team, obviously we've signed Diogo Jota.
Make me excuses.
Diogo Jota's obviously come in.
Aye.
He's played 2-3 games. But you've not get that sort of reliability in the bench, I don't think. I mean, Adrian is your backup goalkeeper.
Shocking.
Oh my God. Did you watch the game?
I watched the full 90 minutes, mate. I've watched every game.
What was that? What was he trying to... He passed it to Joe Gomez. Where is he looking?
First off, my boy Ollie Watkins needs credit because thank you, Ollie. Fantasy team, you got me some points. You and James did the business for me.
Ollie Watkins... I mean, mine Zach said that obviously he's going to be a good signing for them.
Aye.
Aston Villa have really done good business here.
Aye, we should have had 5 in that this game, but
could have been double figures.
Defensively, I mean,
absolutely shocking.
I've
never ever seen it.
Your boy Virgil van Dijk got turned inside out by Jack Grealish. He put the ball through his legs.
Aye, you've seen it, honestly.
Scalped him. Trent, another one that I was having a discussion with you about, mate. I'm sorry.
Trent's the best right back in the world.
What? No, he's not.
Trent is the best right back in the world.
No, he's not.
Who is?
I don't know who it is, but it's no Trent. I'll tell you that right now. He's not a right back, man. He's not a defender.
Really?
He's not, mate. Mate, that was the side they were targeting. They weren't targeting fucking Andy Robertson. That's he can do both. He, as I said, like he can go forward and he can fucking defend.
Trent can also defend.
Trent is, mate. Why do you think they were kept? Why do you think they kept going down that right thing? Gomez had a shocker.
Gomez was the worst player in the park.
Aye.
Gomez was hands down the worst player in the park.
him with a keep. I would definitely go.
Obviously,
Messi with the keeper.
Adrian, I don't even rate that guy.
No, I don't know why he's at your club, man. But I'm sorry, mate. Why do you think they were targeting the right side of the defence and not the left? They had no chance.
It's because Trent had a poor game. They knew.
No, but not even just a pure game. He can't. He's honestly, he's too beatable. That's the one. That's what I want to put. That's the one side of the defence. If you're thinking yourself, if you're playing Liverpool, you're going, we're targeting him because I just don't.
That's fair enough. I see Trent in both ways, with his
Trent should be
instrumental
played
with
a
the
bit.
attack and
See-
his gate going back as well. There is times where he's just unreliable at the back though. There's times where they will target him because they know he's made a mistake already and he'll shite himself. And we've been 4-1 down at half time. Mohamed Salah still scores 2 goals.
Take my hat off to that boy.
I have no words.
I mean, I think Villa deserve credit. I know. I seen
I
a tweet the day where it was like, oh, everyone was waxing lyrically about like, obviously my boys Leeds and we lost the game.
Leeds get more respect for losing 4-3 than Villa did for beating Liverpool 7-2.
I know, but that's not myself. Like, I think Villa deserve tremendous thing. You know what I mean? They've just battered.
That was a team that nearly get relegated.
I know. And it's, you know what I mean? Team that nearly get relegated with fucking players like fucking, what's his name? What's his name? Boy for Arsenal. Martin, what's his name?
Martinez
In
With the
goal,
goalie.
right? Who hadn't really been given a chance at Arsenal since fucking obviously Leno got injured. Basically, you know what I mean? It's a bunch of players that, you know what I mean, you would think to yourself.
It's fringe players like Ross
Aye.
Barkley coming for Chelsea and all.
Chelsea,
Wasn't
I
like
know.
playing.
I honestly think they'll be a team I could see maybe getting Europa. I was looking at the team and I'm like,
So far, so good.
I
I mean, was it them and Everton that
are
are
unbeaten.
still unbeaten so far?
Aye.
Like, I never would have predicted that. I still am in shock for what I witnessed.
Your team are
shock.
beatable, mate, and I'm excited because I tell you what, the Premier League has been for far too long for me personally because of frauds like Pep Guardiola splashing cash. It's been far too much fucking the big teams just splashing cash and winning it. It's exciting to see teams like Everton and Villa, you know what I mean? Although it's just started, but it's exciting to see these two teams like, sitting at the top, you know what I mean? I like it when the Premiership, you have no idea who the fuck's going to win it, you
That's
know
what
what I
the
mean?
Premiership should always be.
When
I think.
somebody wins the league like on 80 like something points, you know what I mean? Like just
Aye,
hang me in it.
because you're looking back and obviously your top 6 teams will always remain.
Aye,
being
obvious.
the big top 6, but that's changed a lot in the past few years. I mean, you're seeing Wolves, Leicester all in and about that, but Arsenal, Man United and Spurs are all dropping down the table and these teams are going up.
Mm-hmm.
Sheffield United, for example, as well. I just think even last season with Liverpool being so good as they were, there was so many errors for the 5 other teams that just cost everybody. Like,
Aye,
probably the easiest top 4 race if you were playing well.
probably aye.
And then even Leicester and all fell apart. It's so hard to stay consistent.
I think as I say, I think you miss Manny. Like I think
so important. Like, we missed Alisson.
I know as much as you miss the goalkeeper, but this is what I'm saying. He's so important to that Liverpool team and like how he's, you know what I mean.
You've
he's so
seen it
important.
already all season. He's been scoring, creating. Salah as well has been scoring.
Salah's fantastic, man. You know what I mean. He's tremendous, man.
I've not been impressed with Firmino. Really haven't been impressed with Firmino so far this season. He was alright against Arsenal because he'd done his job, what you're expecting him to do. But apart from that, he's not impressed me at all. We're still obviously waiting for Thiago to come back. Now with the setback.
What about Henderson? This is a question I want to ask you. Like, he was on the bench, mate, but see when your team's getting hanged, surely you want somebody like Jordan Henderson to come on and just fucking tell everyone to do their jobs properly, you know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, if Jordan Henderson was maybe on the bench because he was getting rested or he was rotating, then bring him on. But I don't think he's played.
This is what I'm on about. Is Klopp now going to go with a more exciting midfield in terms of like Thiago, Keita, and you know what I mean, Fabinho, over somebody like Henderson that offers, I think, a lot.
Personally, my midfield would be Henderson, Keita, and Thiago. Currently, obviously, you've got Wijnaldum there as well. But that 3 could be great. But then you've got that. You can bring in Fabinho. You can bring in Wijnaldum or Thiago or rotate it any way you want. You've still got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain still in and about.
I forgot about that.
You know what I mean? Curtis Jones, who I rate.
I know, right. Should have came at
Curtis
Rangers.
Jones.
I'd have took him on at Rangers.
Honestly, a bad night at the office.
Bad night at the office, you get pumped 7-2, mate.
There was deflections. in any way saying that is like.
Aye, well, I tell you,
there was a lot of deflected goals, but just some of the defending was comical. That's it. A Liverpool team in like 2014 under Brendan Rodgers would have defended like that.
You're honest with
Like
it.
Klopp has set such a high standard.
High standard,
it's just
definitely.
unbelievable to even think that armed.
My boy Josie got his revenge.
Tapping the head.
Aye.
Tapping the head for all.
Well, no, I'm happy for Josie, because
he's just that.
He was treated so, you know what I mean, disrespectfully so many times by that club when he was there.
And he called out the board.
Exactly.
I mean, this is something that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he just does what they tell him, doesn't he?
Bag, isn't he?
He's an absolute shite bag. Like Jose Mourinho took the board on and was like, "Why am I not getting the players I want?" He wanted Alderweireld. He wanted. I don't know if it was him that wanted Harry Kane, but Harry Kane was wanted by Man United.
Can we just take a moment just to laugh at the fact that club honestly thought and paid 80 odd million for Harry Maguire, who
don't think he'd even get on the Rangers bench.
No.
Honestly.
Harry Maguire is so bad, man. He brought his own man down. He took Luke Shaw down for the Spurs' first goal. What the fuck?
Like, I mean, Liverpool's defending was laughable, but see that goal there, man. And then see the third goal with Harry Kane, where Eric Bailly just plays it, he tackles him, pass back for his son, it's a goal straight away. Jesus Christ, man.
No, man, but you got to credit Spurs. I thought they played tremendously well.
Harry Spurs Kane, are dangerous, man.
Listen, as we're saying, like the sort of thing we Ruth think Harry Kane's a good footballer, by the way. I'm just saying the passes.
He doesn't just score goals; he can make them as well. I think he's get the most assists this season.
Is he?
Aye, I think he is. Aye. But Spurs, obviously, you need to give them credit. Man United were shocking, but Spurs took advantage of that. 6 goals.
They should have had a change. It all really kind of changed when
Martial got sent off.
Both of them for me.
What's your opinion on that one?
It's not sending off. I'd have
sent them both off.
No, I think I'd give them both yellow cards. I probably should have sent them off, but I don't. I would probably
personally. I agree with you that if they were both being cautioned yellow, but the fact that you're sending Martial off for basically retaliating what Lamela done, the exact same.
I know, and then Lamela went down like he gets shot.
You have to send them both off, in my opinion.
No, you have to. But
that was a turning point in the game. But even at that. Man United weren't really playing that well to start off with. They get the penalty and then Spurs hit back with 2 goals straight away.
No, you're thinking about Spurs as well. Like they're going to be even more lethal if they get.
That's Bale. What I mean. Like they've got Vinicius, Bergwijn, Lucas, Son. Dele Alli might be coming or going.
But Kane, Bale, mate, Gareth Bale. If they get a fit, proper Gareth Bale, oh my god,
frightening. Man. It's honestly frightening. Your top 4 could be Everton, Spurs, Aston Villa, and fucking who else? West Ham.
Well, I know, mate, but that's what I'm on about. That's what I'm like teams that you're thinking.
It's unpredictable.
That's what I want.
Well, I'm going to every single week of the Premier League. I'm excited to watch.
I know. You don't want international break. Who wants international break?
I know, it's the worst 2 weeks that you could have as a football fan.
And plus, when obviously the Premiership comes back, it's a Merseyside derby. It's on at the same time as the Old Firm, so
I'll have a split screen on.
You'll have a split screen on, mate.
No.
Save it for match of the day, mate.
The Merseyside derby and always going to be such a mouth-watering game, actually, I think you put it, because is it at Goodison?
Aye.
Is it? Aye.
Could be Everton's here this year.
Could be 8-0 Everton. Adrian's going to be playing again. I'm scared.
Maybe seen Man United's fixture list when they hang.
I've seen that. Aye.
But Paris and all,
aye.
So many.
Man United they've literally just signed Alex Telles as we speak. But is that really going to solve anything? Obviously, Luke Shaw.
Well, they needed a left back, but they need a centre half, anyway, mate.
Luke Shaw's poor.
What about Cavani?
Cavani's obviously going to be coming in. I think he's doing his medical now and all. 33, 34 Cavani.
He's linked with Leeds at the start of the window. I'm happy Leeds didn't really sign him, to be honest.
Because, I mean, that's big money. For a guy, obviously, that can score goals, but is it going to be like another Falcao kind of situation?
Exactly. No, because his agent said if he wanted money, if he wanted big money and that, he would have just signed for a Premier League club a while back there. So and now he's signed for a Premier League club. Is this just going to be one of the money moves? It seems that Man United have just getting done by a player and his agent, and it just seems desperate. You know what I mean? I know
it seems like an Odion Gallo signing. They badly needed a striker, and they signed Odion Gallo.
I can't believe he signed for them, man. It's
nuts. Like Braithwaite signing for Barcelona. How is he still there?
I know. How is he still there?
How is he overstayed Luis Suarez welcome? at Barcelona.
I know that's nuts. We're talking about world, like the teams when we grew up that were like the top clubs. They're all like fucking shambolic now, man.
Man United and Barcelona were fighting out in two finals in the Champions League 2009, 2010. Both
just
literally nowhere to be seen anymore.
Exactly, man. That's what I want.
It's a shame, honestly.
It really is. This is the big teams, mate. They've just crumbled and fallen, as we're saying. But another team for me that is getting showed up, is getting their fraudulence exposed, as my man Hugh was, he would say. It's Manchester City. You didn't know it. Did you see the Leeds and Man City?
Seen a bit of the game,
well, I mean, the first sort of 20-odd minutes here, I was shit myself. I thought it was going to finish like 5-0 City. But this is Marcelo Bielsa. This is Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds. And
never seen ever, honestly, with Leeds.
We fight until the end, mate. All right?
Definitely.
Let's talk about the fact that a Manchester City Academy player in Ian Provera, or whatever his name is.
I know who you're talking about.
Signed for Leeds on a free. Pep said to him, go to Marcelo, you'll play football, right? You'll learn. Just done Manchester City's 50-odd million left back. Put him in a twirl. Put him in a packet of twirl and said, there you go, on you go, on your way. Had to bring him off because they knew he was getting done. But honestly, Leeds fight until the end. I think Leeds have proven for myself. Obviously, I know Leeds have spent a lot of money just to bringing in players like Rodrigo.
I mean, it's been huge. Rafinha's about to happen as well.
Brazilian winger. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see him as well in the Premier League.
I'm excited. Like, I know. You could say Leeds have spent big. We've spent money. We've spent big, but not as big as Manchester City. That's what I'm on about. Manchester City are the reason I feel.
And not even just this season, just in general.
No, this is what I'm on about. It starts with Chelsea. It's a big discussion. It starts with Chelsea, but it's really with Manchester City. The way that they've just thrown cash about, especially with Pep. When they go, oh, Pep's this man.
He's Mark Warburton with money.
Well, aye. But he is. But the fact that Pep's supposed to be this like godlike manager, you know what I mean? He's not. Bielsa is not much. But the fact that he's came to a project like Manchester City, all right, he didn't have the players that he would want there when he first came.
No, of course.
Like Joe Hart, but beforehand they were all right to win leagues with Manchester City. They weren't deemed good enough for Pep. But for me, a good coach coaches them to be.
He has had positive, like obviously winning like leagues and quadruples and
no positive, right?
All that kind of stuff in the past.
Let's talk about the negative. The negative is every team now tries to play like Manchester City, playing out for the back.
Every single team.
Let's talk about the fact that I personally, I don't know about you, I have more respect for Mancini and Pellegrini's teams than I do Pep Guardiola's team.
I agree with you
because Pellegrini didn't really splash.
They weren't built on just, we'll sell him and get him in for 75 million.
They didn't really splash the cash until the season that they got fucking Kevin De Bruyne or Otamendi and all that, they kind of players.
Nah, that was the same summer. I think they signed Sterling as well.
Aye. So around about then, they didn't really start splashing the cash. This cunt comes in, 50 million for John Stones, something like 50 million or round about that.
I mean, I think that was that summer transfer window where he signed Stones, Danilo, Mendy,
Gabriel Jesus,
Sane as well.
Cunt came in just splashing the cash. So of course you expect him to win quadruples and all this and that. I just personally think that this guy's not going to. He's definitely not for me. He's not going to be there next season. Obviously, the loss of his mother has affected him massively.
Aye, that's been huge on him.
It's been huge on him, and it would be huge on anyone. You know what I mean? Life has hit this guy, as he would say. You know what I mean? Look,
exactly.
You just look at him in his interviews now. You know what I mean? Usually he would be grabbing his fucking face or picking his nose. Now he's just like.
He just seems like an absolute dejected, broken man.
So
honestly.
I mean, your heart goes to him for that. But for me, you've got to be questioning the way the club's run. I'm sorry, the club is solely run on. It's heartless. That's just what I'm on about. Leeds showed heart and fight and determination in that game, right?
Because Leeds can spend as much money as they want, but still play like that Bielsa way. They'll still have Stuart Dallas on the pitch. They'll still have him giving his 10 out of 10 performance. Luke Ayling, I thought, was unbelievable.
Dallas wasn't there a bit, no, but
Luke Ayling, I thought, was great that game.
But this is what I'm on about, mate. You're saying Luke Ayling, Dallas, these kind of players, right, who shouldn't
be anywhere near a team that's dominating Man City.
Exactly. But this is what I'm on about. I was watching this game, right, and I was thinking to myself, how the fuck are Luke Ayling and Stuart Dallas playing a game against like those kind of players? How the fuck are they playing against like Pep Guardiola's Manchester? This is nuts. Like,
and dealing with it.
Exactly. And well, I thought super duper Liam Cooper was tremendous. I thought him and his wee cock were tremendous together.
Big cock.
We've got the cock and the click, mate. That's all I'm saying. But I thought tremendous, and we should have won the game personally. Bamford had some chances, and your main man
Good to see
Rodrigo
Rodrigo get his goal.
get his goal. It's good. I want to see confidence with this boy because that's what I'm on about. The most expensive player Leeds have got. And he's
Huge signing.
20 to 30 million. That's
Aye.
Leeds' most expensive
I
signing.
mean, he's a Spanish international.
Who the fuck's Manchester City's most expensive signing? You couldn't name them.
There's too many. It doesn't even come.
That's what I'm on about. As I say, mate, I have more respect for Mancini and Pellegrini with their teams because they actually coach the teams. And actually, how is Joe Hart not good enough for Pep?
At the time when he was like obviously looking for that goalkeeper, he brings in Claudio Bravo. Joe Hart for the season before that, we talk about that Barcelona performance.
Mate,
he just saved everyone.
He saved everything, and then Suarez and Messi after the game were just.
Like, you could always rely on him. You could obviously Joe Hart had an error in him, but what keeper doesn't?
But doesn't.
It's just I don't know. I think for that moment, obviously Pep Guardiola has to make his stamp on. Oh, this is my team now. Fair enough.
Money FC, money F.
But I didn't like what he done with Joe Hart because that just completely ruined his career.
That's what I want to, man. Like. That's what I was saying when I was watching the game with my mum. It's like, see with Manchester City, like they don't really. See if you were to support Manchester City, you wouldn't really support them for the team. Like, I think you would support them for the players that they've got. Like you've got, I like Kevin De Bruyne or Sergio Aguero. Like for me, I love Sergio Aguero. You know, I mean, I would take.
I don't even like Man City, and I've always liked Sergio Aguero.
He's in the top 5 at least, or the top
Premier League era. I think he's outstanding.
He's got to be. You know what I mean? But for me, man, they're soulless, they're heartless. Like they get, like Phil Foden's, like their you don't really see academy players come through. That's what I'm on about.
You look at Delap now, who's their only striker. Sterling get injured the day and he's put out of England. They've got obviously Gabriel Jesus injured, Sergio Aguero injured, Liam Delap, who it's weird to see an actual academy player playing.
No, I know,
obviously,
but this is what I'm on about. They bought that boy. Is it Villa now? Louise, is it, or whatever his name is?
Douglas Louise.
And he's doing a fucking job for Villa, but apparently he wasn't good enough to do a job at Manchester City. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to buy players, like I would respect that club a lot more if they did that kind of thing, where they bought players like Louise and they put him in. That's what I'm on about. It's good coaching. Bring him in, and he will develop and he will play in the style. You know what I mean? The style of play. Whereas Guardiola's just went fucking spunk money on defenders, you know what I mean? And it's ridiculous.
We spoke about it last week as well, obviously, with them getting pumped off Leicester. How the hell is that guy not been able to build that back four yet?
I know.
How has that not happened yet?
But that's what I'm on about. Obviously, players like fucking Zabaleta and that were aging.
Right, Company was instrumental for his defence, wasn't he?
Tremendous, man. And I personally feel Company could have done last season with him. Like I personally feel Company could have done one more season after the season they'd won the league. But I just think they look nothing with Silva, Aguero, your Companies, or your Yaya Toures, you know what I mean? Like, you can name that Manchester City team, that's what I'm on about, that you would say, like, was a deep, well...
They just look like an absolute shadow of what they once were.
I just think they're on the downward spiral, mate. It'll be interesting because for myself, I think both Manchester clubs are probably... I don't see the managers that are in the jobs right now being in the jobs next season.
I thought Ole was going to be sacked today.
Did you?
He fucking should have been. It could have been one of the... You're looking at that, Man United at home getting beat 6-1.
I know. Man United.
That's a sackable offence.
I know, that is a sackable offence.
Especially with the way they've started the season. It's been poor. Really poor. They've got through on luck. That game with Brighton. They beat off Palace.
What I was about to ask you there, Jack, is they two managers there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't see them in the job. Which one's Poch going to? Which one is Mauricio Pochettino going to?
How he's not had a job yet is unreal. But I don't know. It could really go either way. I think he's more suited to Man City.
I honestly think he will win them. As I said to you, mate, I think he will get the Man City job.
I think he's more suited to Man City. I see that could happen. But then, who do you think gets a Man United job after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Because I think he's fucking away soon. Really soon.
Man United job.
Who's on the market now? Who can they realistically get?
If Man United were smart...
I think they could go after Graham Murray.
Fucking that sees the banner. No, I honestly think if Man United were smart, I think they would go for that boy that's at Red Bull Leipzig, you know.
Oh right, aye.
Get a young
Nagelsmann?
Something like that. Get a young coach and because that's what I want to see with United. It's not like it's just like it's basics. Like Harry Maguire's wiping out his own defenders. It's like You know what I mean? You're not in a bar fight in Greece now, pal. You're here to play football, not
I think
fucking.
that's actually impacted the way he plays a lot. I mean, he had an alright season. Like
He's never an 80 million
he's
defender.
never an £80 million defender,
Never.
but you could always
But
be
that's
like,
that English thing in it, where it's all because he's English, he's 80 million.
it's the same sort of story where like up here Ryan Kent with being English, we should demand more money for him because of that, because they do that out there. I mean, Ollie Watkins, what was he, 25 million? Jude Bellingham, 16-year-old, to Borussia Dortmund for 25 million.
Exactly.
And then Ben Godfrey today, Everton, 30 million. He plays in the Championship.
Was it 30? I thought it was 20.
25, 30 million.
It's in that margin, but what was the point? Another point I want to make here is, how can like the Premier League allow like City spend the amount of money that they've spent and all that, but Newcastle aren't allowed to be taken over? How is that fair? But how is it fair? Because they're going,
apparently it was causing the people taking over Newcastle were a threat to the league or something, was it not?
No, it was something like that, but it's because I think it's something to do with how they treat people with their poise or anything like that. But look at City. Look at them and all. You're telling me that they haven't fucking abused their thing. Like they said to UEFA, you want to ban us for Champions League, alright, we'll release stuff about you and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
You know
what I mean? How is it fair that Newcastle can't get taken over, but Man City can splash the cash and go, oh, you're such an amazing club? You know what I mean? But
similar to Chelsea and all though. Like,
Chelsea started all this.
As soon as they get the opportunity to spend money, they just fucking splash on them.
No, but that's what I want about. They were the ones that started it. The Premier League used to be football, and then fucking Big Boy came over with his money and made it about spendy, you know what I mean?
Aye.
And this is what I'm liking about these games that we're seeing. I don't know what the fuck's happened to the league, but it's now becoming competitive.
It seems like an absolute free-for-all.
You know, and I'm enjoying it. I don't care, man. I'm enjoying it. I thought
it's been an absolute great, like, just unexpected start to the season.
Nah, I'm enjoying it, mate.
I'm really enjoying it. Everton are the team for me. They just look...
I know we haven't talked about Everton.
They look out of this world.
I know. Now. Listen, one that you had in your Premier League predictions that I was like, and they relegated, and now to me it looks like fucking hell, Jack's right. Fucking Burnley. Scrape him.
Burnley are shocking. Burnley have signed one player, Dale Stevens, 31-year-old, on a free transfer for Brighton.
But it looks like the board only going to give Sean Dyche whatever the money. I hope they don't, because I want Burnley relegated.
I think Burnley, I thought that at the start of the season, they weren't looking to make an impact in the market at all. Keeping a hold of Tarkovsky is obviously a big king. They were rejecting mega money for him.
That was a good goal fucking hang me for Newcastle, but St. Maximin. Had fucking 5 players or something around him and they fucking buried it.
Nah, but I think...
West Ham and all, David Moyes, you know what I mean? They're calling for him to stay at home. Just stay at home, David.
Just stay on Zoom, mate. I work better for Zoom and all.
I think Leicester, I think Leicester are going to struggle and all, by the way, because they've got Europe coming up and all, so...
That'll probably take its toll on them, actually.
They're signing sort of fucking good young fucking players for Italy.
I rate Castagna so far.
Aye.
It was obviously a big sort of position to fill with Chilwell going, but James Justin's came through and they've put Castagna onto the right back position and it looks good. Obviously,
didn't look good yesterday, but you noticed that their fullbacks can defend.
Aye, definitely,
aye. But no, I think there's some real shocks and turns that are still probably going to be in store for us.
I mean, the way it's playing out, James Rodriguez could be player of the season by a country mile.
I mean, so far, aye.
He is. So he couldn't obviously sustain a spot in a Real Madrid team or a Bayern team.
But
it just shows you he comes over here and he just makes it look easy.
But that's what I'm on about. They sign players like that and they just fucking have them
like Isco now.
I know, like they just have them reserves and they come over here like
no respect given whatsoever either.
That's what I'm on about, mate. Their fans in both Spanish giant teams are just disgusting. The fact that Gareth Bale isn't like fucking...
How is he not paraded upon for what he done at Real Madrid?
Apparently, like Ronaldo's not even in with.
See if any Rangers player had scored that Champions League goal against Liverpool that he did, there would be not even that buses and everything when he leaves.
Not even that. I'm on about there'd be open fucking hanging buses if some cunt scored that goal he scored against Barcelona. See if something like Ryan Kent did that. See the one where
talking about where he rinses Barca out the park?
If fucking Ryan Kent did that in an Old Firm in a cup final.
Could you imagine that?
I know, mate.
I remember that goal. It was yesterday.
I know, mate.
He's done so much at Real Madrid just to get thrown out the door.
Man. You know what I mean? So disrespected.
And I really want to see I was desperate for him to get away because I really want to see Bale, like, obviously being that way.
Honestly, I want to see Bale get back to his best, and I think Jose is the manager, Spurs is the club.
Spurs are going to win a trophy this season.
I think they'll win a cup. I think the Europa League probably could be
They've
hanging.
got a right good squad now.
Aye, no, but they've FA Cup or something like that. I could see them winning. I don't see them winning the league. Definitely see them.
I've seen them being up there now.
I know they're up there.
I see them actually being consistent.
No, I do.
See if they keep Son fit, Kane fit. They've got Vinicius coming in. Obviously, they've got players at Reguilon,
Dembele's
Sissoko. Aurier's put on a decent shift. I don't really rate him that much. And they've got Matt Doherty, obviously, rely on also at right back. I think overall, they've got so much players potential to be a great team. And with Jose Mourinho at the helm of that,
exactly,
could be very, very exciting, I think.
It could be. And obviously, next week's format, Jack, it's going to be a bit different because obviously it's
international break. We're not sitting on here for an hour and a half talking about Sweden v Romania, I'm afraid. So
Pakistan versus Saudi Arabia.
So next week another cut of tier list coming the way.
Do you want to reveal it just now, Jack?
So obviously we've been transfer deadline day and night. The window goes shut 5 hours or so.
Slam shuts midnight.
We'll be going through a starting 11, a 4-3-3 formation, we'll call it.
Fucking, we're playing it for the back and all.
Aye. Our best players in each position, I think, because it could obviously spark
best signings, best players.
Best signings, bargain signings, whatever you want to say. I mean, I'm looking to tonight and all to see what deals can get done, because this is obviously the time where players are desperate, or teams are desperate, to get players in that for holes that they've needed to fill, like throughout the window and that. Obviously, with football being played, these become more apparent. So obviously we've talked about Rangers needing a midfielder. It looks like it might happen.
Might happen, might not happen.
Zungu, talked about him all summer. He's been in and out, overweight, apparently failed medicals, but it looks like it's finally going to happen on a loan deal with an option to buy. 27-year-old sort of centre defensive midfielder, South African international.
Again, but
sounds interesting to me. Really interesting, because I back Gerrard and whoever he wants to go and buy.
I back Gerrard all the way, Jack. And do you know what else I back? I back this podcast, and I think people need to know where the Twitter page is and the Instagram page.
Aye, so obviously
they're on there, obviously, Jack.
The Instagram page at Every Other Sat Pod and the Twitter page at Every Other Satu1. That's the tags for that. So if you want to go and follow that, I post quite a lot on Twitter.
I sometimes post the funny ones. Jack posts the non-sort of funny ones, things like that, like the Randy Orton post with Gareth Bale. It's time to shine, monkey boy.
You want to get the people laughing, I want to get the people talking.
Do you?
And just coming through and all, Jack Wilshere's apparently terminated his contract at West Ham.
Good for Jack Wilshere, Jack. Good for us, because this is our 10th episode. And I think the people will have as you said, an interesting discussion maybe they want to have with us in the Twitter and the Instagram.
Aye, so it'll be up there. Any suggestions you have about signings you think have maybe went under the radar, underrated ones? Obviously, you've got your Kai Havertz and all there. They've been talked about all summer, big money sort of signings, big players. But is there any players maybe, personally in Scotland, I don't really pay attention to anything other than Rangers. So is there any players for your club that have stood out? I know obviously Kevin Nisbet. For me, I've looked at top scorer coming through Dunfermline. He's played well, so
never heard them.
Anything you've got, just
let us know. Follow us on the Twitter and let us know. Jack,
it's been 10 episodes. Ready for another 10 more?
Here's something for plenty more, mate.
So I'll
see you later.
I'll catch you after.
Bang bang, she shut me down.